That's entertainment. You know, when you're a great fighter, a great entertainer in general, you want the person to say, when do I see that person again? When's he gonna play again? When's he gonna fight again? You know, you gotta be able, if you can't put in seats, you're gonna get fired. You know.
40 fight, and I have Crawford winning this fight. Crawford's gonna win this fight doing something that nobody's done to Canelo.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. And it didn't take me going to camp to know this.
Okay.
Weight gain. So Israel Madrimov says that if Terence Crawford bulks up, that's going to be the biggest mistake he can possibly make. And that's going to hinder him from being victorious against Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Interview 1. Amir Khan, a veteran boxer who once went toe-to-toe with Canelo Alvarez, spoke about the excitement surrounding a possible clash between Canelo and Terence Crawford. Khan praised Canelo's experience and reputation as one of boxing's finest, but he also reminded fans not to overlook Crawford's punching power. Now that Crawford has moved up in weight, Khan believes he looks stronger than ever. For him, this won't be a one-sided fight. Both men bring exceptional talent, and either one could change the outcome with a single moment. While Khan respects Canelo's dominance at higher divisions, he warns that Crawford's adaptability and determination make the matchup very unpredictable.
You know, fighters, pressure, right? Pressure's not being hit. You know, everybody thinks pressure's like getting on stage. No, pressure's the thought of being hit. And that's how they fall. The thought is, I'm not hitting that hard, but they think I am.
Right. So
it's all psychological.
Are you, when you're walking to the ring, are you noticing anything, or are you so locked in?
I see everything moving.
Some boxing analysts, however, raise concerns about Crawford's age and his experience in heavier divisions. By the time this fight happens, Crawford will be 38 years old. Age, they point out, affects speed, reflexes, and recovery, all of which are crucial against a fighter like Canelo. Yes, Crawford moved up to 154 pounds to defeat Israel Madrimov, but many observers still question if that one fight truly prepared him for Canelo's strength and experience at higher weights. They argue that while Crawford's skill remains sharp, his body may not respond the way it once did. For them, this potential fight represents not just a technical challenge, but also a massive physical and mental test for Crawford.
Every person, every girl,
Dude, your walk-ins would last longer than the fights sometimes.
Do anyone have a napkin on my towels? Because I'm sweating like a pit with one hole up here.
You're sweating.
We will get you one.
You're sweating.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're sweating like Charles Barkley at a spelling bee.
Yeah, I'm going to be sweating pretty hard there, too.
Exactly. So, Mike, we all know you hit hard. Who was the first person that when they hit you, you was like, oh, okay, this guy hits pretty hard?
The stage is already set. September 13th, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. That night, Terence Crawford will face another first-ballot Hall of Famer, four-division world champion, two-time undisputed world champion, and the current undisputed super middleweight champion, Mexico's boxing superstar, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's record speaks for itself. 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, with 39 of those wins coming by knockout. Crawford has fought only once at 154 pounds, against Israel Madrimov, the WBA junior middleweight champion. Now, he's stepping up again to 168 to challenge Canelo. Before that, Crawford spent 5 years at welterweight, fighting at 147 pounds since June of 2018. And here's the concern. Crawford will turn 38 just 2 weeks after this fight. At 37, with only one fight above 147, many wonder if his body can handle the leap. In response, Crawford and his team stressed that their preparation is different. They've studied what went wrong for Jermall Charlo in his fight against Canelo, and are determined not to repeat those mistakes. Crawford insists that his style, discipline, and fight IQ set him apart. His camp is focused on movement, accuracy, and controlled pacing, believing that brute force alone won't beat Canelo. Their sparring and conditioning have been tailored to handle Canelo's pressure and power.
He did that to Canelo after, so to your point, can Crawford do the same? Coming up from 54 and 47, can he, or will that, throw off the catch and shoot? I was going to catch and shoot.
It made me think.
We're not catching and shooting.
We're catching and resetting and getting out of this range for a minute or two.
My fight with Arrow, I came back to the corner. I had a look on my face, I guess. And my dad said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Nothing." Like, classic Sean, nothing. He said, "Sean, tell me what's wrong." I said, my legs are kind of tight. He said, "Your legs kind of tight?" He looked back, looked behind him. He would always do this and look back at the other corner. I don't know why. He looked back at them.
It was a habit problem.
He said, "All right, we're not gonna use our legs so much this round." And I was thinking to myself, like, I need these legs.
I'm not trying to wear these shots.
Yeah, so, you know, to your point, when there's a feeling, you know,
when the nervous system goes, ow.
Where does that adjustment take place? Do you trust the adjustment? Do you implement it? So that next round I did settle down a little more. You know, I was
lost the round.
Whatever. Hell up.
I ain't know around here. Chill out.
He don't even know around here. Pour this water on you. So we got some time until this fight. So you know we ain't gotta pour it all out at one time. We'll work our way up to this one.
Try to get on big guests that lead up to the fight.
Expect some more very, very big guests and expect some very, very big things from the Puerto Rico podcast. The week of Crawford versus Canelo versus Crawford takes place here. What is that? September 6th?
13th. I was just gonna say, you know, I've been critical of the fight because I felt like it serves as a foreground to the Ali Act stuff. And
still, experts highlight the risks of moving up in weight. Added size can reduce speed and agility, which have always been Crawford's greatest strengths. Recent photos show him looking much bulkier, which sparked debate among fans. Analysts caution that pictures can be misleading, but the real question remains, will Crawford's quickness survive at a heavier weight? More muscle may bring power, but it can also drain stamina and restrict movement.
Crawford and his training team have consistently emphasized their preparation. They note that their focus is on avoiding the mistakes made by Jermell Charlo, who lost convincingly to Canelo. Crawford insists he is not Charlo, and that his style, discipline, and ring IQ set him apart. His team has been developing strategies that rely on movement, precision, and smart pacing. The approach highlights their awareness that brute strength alone won't defeat Canelo. Instead, they aim to frustrate him with defense and capitalize on counters. The training camp has been intense, involving rigorous conditioning and sparring sessions designed to mimic Canelo's power and pressure.
Team Crawford just revealed that they're currently working on making sure that the Omaha native doesn't end up like Jermell Charlo this coming September 13th when he faces Canelo Alvarez. Now this report comes from Boxing Scene, wherein it was just revealed by somebody from Crawford's camp that Terence Crawford is, quote, wary of repeating the mistake that former 154-pound champion Jermell Charlo made to a new weight limit without consideration of other factors. Boxing Scene further elaborated by saying that Crawford wants to retain his ability to fight with fluidity, maximizing the effectiveness of his power punches from both hands and ability to fight from a southpaw stance. With that said, Crawford's camp is now on full lockdown from the media or any sort of distraction up until fight week. Now, it's definitely worth considering that while it's
Crawford, while undefeated, doesn't have the same list of elite names on his record. Critics of Canelo sometimes accuse him of choosing easier fights, but his supporters push back, saying every opponent he has faced has been a respected, accomplished champion. Comparing resumes, Canelo clearly has the tougher career path, while Crawford's flawless record comes against less proven competition. Interview 8. Footage from training camp shows just how seriously Crawford is preparing. His workouts include heavy sparring, strength training, and endurance drills to withstand Canelo's power. His camp emphasizes not only physical conditioning, but also mental toughness, staying disciplined, calm, and sharp under pressure. Real challenge for Crawford is learning to deal with Canelo's patient, relentless style. Against Errol Spence, Crawford dominated, but Spence lacked the size, strength, and ring patience that Canelo brings. Interview 9. Former world champion Kell Brook also leans toward Canelo. He respects Crawford's win over Spence, but reminds fans that Spence is not Canelo. The Mexican champion is far more experienced at higher weights and has repeatedly proven himself against bigger, stronger opponents. Brook admits skills are elite, but insists that they don't fully prepare him for Canelo's unique mix of size, power, and tactical intelligence. In his view, this could be the toughest fight of Crawford's career, because he has never faced someone so complete and so well-rounded as Canelo. Interview 10. That wraps up today's discussion. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis.